Alright, Iceland! Iceland, something. No. I just got back from spending 10 days in Iceland, and today I'll be sharing with you my personal top 4 impressions of the stunning country. And pay attention because I will be including some travel tips if you are planning to add Iceland to your bucket list. If that sounds good, then come along! Are you ready? My first impression is the sense of peace and quiet. According to the Global Peace Index, Iceland is the most peaceful country in the world, and it has been for at least 15 years in a row. And you can really tell. I really feel like I'm at the end of the world here. It's so quiet, apart from a town with a few hundred people there. There's absolutely nothing here. It's beautiful though, quiet and peaceful. Really liking it. In my experience, Icelanders are just really chill people and easy to get along with. In Reykjavik, I went to a bar one evening and ended up chatting with a bunch of local people. And of course with Jonna in Akureyri. I called her and she promptly invited me over to film at her art studio.
Hi, my name is Jonna Sigurdóttir and I'm artist from Akureyri.
And Icelanders also seem to be very trustful people. A lot of people in Iceland don't even lock their houses, particularly so in the countryside, which, for me as a Western European, is really strange. In a good way, of course. In general, I felt very safe and at ease everywhere I went in Iceland. And I was even walking around with camera equipment, and that was all totally fine. Particularly in a place like Thorshavn. There, the level of peace and quiet went up, and the stress levels went down. So Iceland is the safest country in the world, and long may it continue. Recently I heard Sorella Mori say in one of her videos that Iceland is like a safe haven for creative people, or something like that. I didn't really think much of it at the time, but boy oh boy is she right. You see creativity everywhere. And that, my friends, is my second impression. In the cities you have street art around literally every corner. Like this one here, and here. And here. My god, the place is full of it. It looks like they have something with cats. A lot of the bars and restaurants are also creatively designed. And of course in Akureyri you have Jonna's trash monsters. Yeah, it's a litter bin. And another one. Oh, look at this guy. They're everywhere, literally. Did I already tell you that Iceland is an expensive country? This meal, an excellent lamb fillet with 2 drinks, cost me $75. But I've been gathering a few tips to spend less while still having a great, if not better, experience. And the first one is around transportation from the international airport to Reykjavik. The regular channels will probably try to direct you to the tourist buses. But there's also a commuter bus available. It's line 55. They are not as well signposted, but run approximately once every 2 hours. And are very reliable. And quite a bit cheaper. You can find schedules and information on bus.is. And once people actually make it to Iceland, the first item on the bucket list is often the Blue Lagoon. You know, those amazing geothermal pools. And in a way that makes sense, because they're gorgeous and they're conveniently located close to the international airport and also close to the capital, Reykjavik. But it's expensive. For a day visit to the Blue Lagoon, you can expect to pay between $77 and $111 per person for the cheapest package. And there are plenty of other geothermal pools around the country that are equally gorgeous and amazing, but much less touristy and much less expensive. The ones I recommend are Mývatn Nature Bath and GeoSea in Húsavík, both in the north of the country. But there are plenty more to choose from. And most people visit Iceland in the summer, and there are some really good reasons to do that. The days are long, so you can do a lot in a day. The weather is usually better, but literally everything is more expensive in the core summer months. Accommodation, car rental, and all the rest. You can visit Iceland in any season, There is an attraction to visiting during the winter, to experience the proper Icelandic winter darkness, and you have a better chance to get to see the northern lights. But in general, I would recommend to visit Iceland between mid-May and mid-June, or in the second half of September, when prices are in general more affordable. And that brings me to my fourth and last impression. Boy oh boy does Iceland have impressive nature. When landing in Keflavik International Airport, you're immediately greeted by a lava landscape. And when you drive from the airport to Reykjavik, you literally drive past the area where there have been regular volcanic eruptions in recent years. From inside the bus to Reykjavik, I literally saw the heat rising from fresh lava. How crazy is that? And then you have the fjords in the east, north and the west fjords, like Siglufjörður. Wow. And then we're not even talking about extremely powerful waterfalls, geysers, craters, glacial lagoons, and if you're lucky, an erupting volcano. Iceland is a truly fascinating country. It has so much to offer, and I highly recommend a visit. That was it for now though, as far as Iceland is concerned, but I will definitely visit again. Thanks Iceland, and onwards to new adventures. Stay tuned. Once you see them, you see them.